And welcome back to another episode of Overnight Celebrity, where we are trying to turn everybody into a celebrity overnight. Will it happen? I hope so. I'm joined here with Mitch, aka Rich as a Mitch, aka Son of a Mitch. Let's go.
Hey,
What's up, man?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from? Growing up, I know you had a lot of siblings. Why don't we get into that a little bit?
I'm born and raised in New York City. Lived between Harlem and Brooklyn, basically my whole life. Event coordinator, a lover of the old school, believer in the new school, one of those guys that want to help bridge the gap one day between those two worlds. So, just a regular person from New York that loves bringing people together.
And how do you find New York different than LA? Like, what's our two contrasts?
They both got the same skeleton. It's about the people you meet and your networking and how you, bring benefits to all people that you meet, and that's something that's always going to be a part of it. But it's different, weather and different things like that. But those core values are still the same in every big city.
Structure-wise, which one do you like more? The way LA is set up or New York?
Well, it's not fair. I've been in New York my whole life, so of course I'm a little bit biased towards New York. I would have to say New York in a sense because it's a little easier as far as its setup and its makeup because I know it. But I love LA too because I don't know it, and getting to know it has been fun too. So I'd have to say New York in most parts.
Which weather do you like more?
That's a good one. I like Cali weather. But I like snow and Christmas. So I gotta figure out the balance with that.
All right. Anyway, but more importantly, marketing-wise, where do you find it easier to thrive?
I feel like anywhere. I feel like marketing is something you can do in Alaska. There's businesses in Alaska. There's businesses in the desert. So marketing is something you can do anywhere. It's a little easier here because you don't have to deal with snow and these other weather.
You sound like you sell ice chip penguin from that.
Hey, no, for real. But it's literally anywhere. If you think about it, there's somebody probably in Venezuela right now that can use some form of marketing.
Especially with online nowadays.
There we go. So I find it a little easier on
You say it. I was saying asking about the network. Oh yeah. That was the next question. Yeah, that's what was the lead up. All right, we're back. So you're saying networking anywhere online you could do.
Yeah, I still believe in word of mouth. I think that is very important. But it is good to combat that with some online presence. And I think both can, and individuality and originality is always key. That can help you.
So coming up, how is it different than now that you're in LA? Because coming up, you know what I'm saying, you've been in this game for a while. Mm-hmm. You once told me that you still got 40 years to go. I still got time. Last year, because who was it that's still doing it to this day? You compared yourself.
Clarence Avant, Quincy Jones, L.A. Reid.
I think it was either Quincy Jones or L.A. Reid.
Still going. So
you still got 40 more years. So
still got time.
When did you start?
I started marketing, honestly, after college, taking it seriously. Got with brands, got with businesses. It went from just like a hobby to now people look forward to what you present and what you do for them on the back end. So I'll say about after college, about 2012.
What were you in college for?
Marketing, business to business. So
you got out, you knew what you wanted to do at a young age.
I had a feel. I still had some retail jobs for my youth that made me kind of sway to what I knew I liked. But yeah, I had a feel for what I felt would be a good future for me in this plan.
And then, what was it like? What was like started marketing? Were you getting traction? Were your events doing well?
To be honest, when I first started out, I got lucky. Even though I didn't have the wherewithal, I got with a company. Shout out to Sabbath NYC. Everybody knows Show. Everybody knows Sabbath. I got with them, and he kind of had the infrastructure already. He just needed somebody to gain management, so I got more management experience from that. And when I had to branch off and do things on my own for other businesses that didn't have that or other brands, then I had to do more hands-on. But I got lucky. One of my first brands had the infrastructure. We just needed somebody to help gain and plan and manage it.
And what brands have you had in the past?
I worked with a few brands. I worked with Pepsi, AMC, Def Jam, shout out to JR, shout out to, I did a bunch of stuff. I like working with the smaller stuff. I like helping brands and people that may not have, that big name, but they got something that I believe in or something that just a natural given talent. I really like those. So there's countless of those names that I can name too. There's been some big ones. It's fun.
Tell us some of the struggle in New York, like branding wise, like getting the word out there. Like where was the point where you're like, I really need to flip this, you know what I'm saying? Something big has to happen.
The biggest struggle I feel in any business, especially in a city that's, can be tough on you as like New York is, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in the process. You gotta believe in the journey. Any form of doubt from anything could really throw you off in a city where you're not the only one fighting for a spot, So once you believe in yourself and you can get over that, then you gotta put foot to the road. It's not about dreaming about it, but actually putting, small ripples. You don't have to build a whole ark in a day, but if you get some wood that maybe you could cut and form tomorrow, it makes that third day a little easier. So just getting out there sometimes is the hardest stuff for people.
Yeah. Several a lot of people give up and it could potentially be great. So what has made you commit to marketing as a thing? Because you've been at it for a while now. So graduated 2012. That's
man. I feel like I'm not, like I said, I'm only 10 years in the game. There's other people that's got 60 years. Shout out to the guys and the pioneers before me. But I just love the fact that there's always gonna be a need for somebody who cares about it. I granted that, shout out to social media and it makes it feel like it's so hands-on, but there's people that live and breathe and really care about getting not only your business out there, but making it profitable from it.
I personally think marketing is the most valuable skill you could have because, you know what I'm saying? I need a plumber, you need marketing, you know what I'm saying? I need to do a movie star's event. Oh, marketing, how did you get with that guy, Anything, I need this beach event to pop off, marketing.
It's always gonna be needed.
Concerts, country concerts, movies, everything requires snacks.
Anything.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
So marketing is you can't get rid of. That's gonna be a skill that everybody's gonna need.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm realizing while I'm trying to put out my book series right now. It's marketing. I'm gonna need some help from you on that, just a little bit. Yeah, I got some shit, but you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for the book series, the TrillOG.
TrillOG.
Yes.
Coming out soon.
Coming out. And, Overnight Celebrity, hope this does well too.
Yes.
So, back to you. You know what I'm saying? I want to listen about you. This is Rich as a Mitch right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it. So,
Money Mitch.
Money Mitch. There we go. When did we start doing our own events, or who were you under first? Did you have, any advisors? Were you like protege particularly?
I was lucky. I studied under a dude named Kotima. He was a big time diesel DJ in the 80s, and when I was getting my Bambi legs, as they say, in this world, in the nightlife scene or event coordination scene, he showed me moving around New York City, he knew every doorman, new DJs, new spots, new venues. So he had a lot of the I don't know if you say amazing grace for me. And working with him the first 2 or 3 years really showed me how to do it when it's my time to run the show. So I got really good experience with him.
Good experience and connections?
Some connections still to this day, because of our networking, no matter what we did on the internet or the highlights, we still would get out and try to meet new people, start making new contacts, and bring those people together.
So, do you still have a team back in New York that you're in contact with now?
Yes. Try to stay in contact with everybody that I meet. You know, I'm one of those people, like, you know, I try to stay in contact. You know, people grow and things change and situations change, but I still feel like, you know, my core people back home, and now the team I'm building here is here for life.
Trying to merge them.
Yeah, one day.
Become the Avengers.
Yeah.
So, what projects have you done recently? What are you pushing in the future?
No.
Or what have you done recently? Yeah.
Just finished Kobe Day. I do like a tribute because we're in LA and it's only right for one of the greatest ever. So we just did a poetry slam in honor of Kobe. The poetry didn't have to be about him, even though some people did. It was good to see 24 people come out and do tribute to him. So I just finished that. That was in August, but
so it wasn't like last year.
No. So last year was different. As you remember, it was totally different.
I wrote about it all. We got it.
Yeah. So that was crazy. That was that was different. And every event is going to be different. So this one's totally different vibe, and the next one will be the same. So I'm really working on right now. I have with some friends back home in New York. It's called Linkable, and so Linkable is going to be the next big thing as far as bringing people together through hybrid events. And so hybrid events is now going to be something where you're not only going to be online, you're going to be in video, and you're going to be in person. So Linkable is going to be something in the future that I'm going to be really pushing with a strong team back in New York right now.
So describe that a little more.
Okay, so I'm happy you're intrigued because Linkable is something that I feel is going to be the future of events. Let's say we both have the same niche, but you're in Bangladesh and I'm in New York. We can still connect through these events because we'll have video, we'll have online. So it's really cool to see how even events change now. You can have a screen with people watching from all over the world and we're in New York, So Linkable is going to be something that's going to pioneer the future as far as bringing people together, not only through hybrid events, mentorships, and networking events. So mentorships is going to pair you with somebody that's probably a skilled person in your niche. It doesn't matter what age, it's experience. You may not know something and want to get into that world. We may have somebody that can help you in a networking events with the events catered to blending worlds and helping people that may need a writer or may need a spiritual healer, bringing them together in the same.
So, I like that idea a lot. Actually, gives a way for somebody to make money and gives a way for somebody to get the help they need.
Yeah.
Like you said, lifelong partnership, friendships can blossom off of that. So mentorships, be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
Do you have anything else that you want to push or get into? Any platforms?
As far as a perfect way to find me right now is Music Mitch 333 on Instagram. Be on the lookout. Some things are going to be coming. A few drop merch, some more events, a few things in the works. I'm really looking forward to the next first quarter. So we're going to finish this quarter strong and then hopefully, carry that success onto 2023. So be on the lookout. You can tap in with me at Music Mitch 333 on Instagram. And Linkable, LYNKABLE. That's Linkable, LYNKABLE. The next platform that's going to take over bringing events online and in person, so be on the lookout for that too.
All right, so we got to LA.
Okay.
And what was your first impression of it? You got here fresh from New York, only lived in New York your whole life?
Well, except for school, and that doesn't really that's a few.
And you had a big family, right? Like
yeah.
I tried to allude to earlier. How many brothers and sisters?
One of 18 that we know.
One of 18.
My dad had a lot of kids. Dad had a lot of kids, so that we know of. His 70s, 80s.
That we know of? So
yeah, so
dad had a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Okay. But so, how was that growing up with 17 kids?
Yeah, different households, but when we all came together, it It was like the Brady Bunch.
You would all actually come together?
Sometimes depending on the situation. We was all different age groups.
There was a couple of rooms with all 18 of you guys in there?
No. So it was different women. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of you guys coming in.
That'd be like insane to have 18 kids like one house. That would be like,
Oh,
it was
no.
all different age.
Oh, no, I'm just saying at a certain event, all of you guys were there at the same time?
Sometimes, yeah.
Your dad's birthday, you got all 18?
Sometimes, not all the
Sometimes.
time. You know, some had families and other things going on. It would be like, that's tough. That's tough to put on. Yeah.
Did he ever call you the wrong name?
No.
No, he was never like, Johnny, Mitch.
Yeah, never. Yeah, he would call me some names if I messed up or something. Yeah, he always remember everybody.
Did you live with him?
Yeah, of course.
But not all 18 of you?
No.
Alright. That's sweet. Would you like to do that with your life?
Yeah, if the
18
opportunity
kids?
I would have a million kids. I feel like kids is family, is brothers, is like you can have kids and bring a kid in as a mentor. That doesn't have to technically be my kid, but it could go on and remember the things I teach them. Some of these kids don't have father figures, so I could step in and have a million kids in actuality. But, I don't know how the future holds for having that many kids. That was a different time. So who knows at this point.
Would you name them all Mitch?
Yeah, I'll be like George Foreman.
Mitch or Michelle's?
I name them all Mitch, and then it'd be Mitch 1, Mitch 2, Mitch 3, Mitch 4, Mitch 5.
Mitch 1,
yeah, baby.
Mitch 2. Swear to God. Son of a Mitch. Alright, yeah, good. So you got to LA. It was scary coming here for the first time?
Not really, but it's different. It's different for sure.
Where did you stay?
I was in Long Beach with some homies, so I got lucky. That was good.
So you were at Long Beach. Were you making music, or were you listening to them making music?
Yes. One of my boys shot my boy Big Baggy. He's one of my favorite musicians out right now from the Bronx. So he was working on a lot of his music. He was getting a lot done.
Because right now, while you can market everything, you would say the focus was on music, correct?
Music and fashion. Music, fashion, and art. Those is my 3 categories that I stuck to.
Okay. And so you were at Long Beach working with your homies, and then you continued to work with pop music since then, met new artists, until the point where at Kobe Day last year, you had 20, 25 people performing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
people I just met. Remember, I just got
here.
Yeah. We all, or at least I.
Exactly. So you got out here, 2021, early 2021, late 2020?
Like the middle 2021.
Okay.
End of the first quarter. End of the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, I got out here July. So yeah, I right before me, July 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you met all these people, and by
networking
August 24th, Kobe Day.
Boom. Yeah, from
in
the venue to the vendors to the people. You know what I mean? So it was everybody I met. I love still getting out and adding new people to the little events.
And yeah, for sure. Have you added any since then or what?
Yeah. I started group chats with people I meet. I'm always out trying to meet people, trying to get some comedy stuff going. My boy Shaq. Shout out to Shaq.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm gonna get some comics, music, art is gonna be. This next one might be crazy.
This next show?
Yeah, this next show. I don't know.
We're gonna have artwork.
Yes. Yeah.
Vendors, sellable artwork. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Remember the day. We'll post a date for that as well. With a flyer. So yeah, just send all that to me. And so next one's gonna be bananas. Do you have any idea when that's gonna be?
I'm thinking 420.
420?
Yeah,
Okay.
420 next year. Comedy, cannabis, cool art. The 3 triple C's is gonna be great. Make sure you're there. We're gonna get all the information to the guys.
Overnight celebrity.
So no, for sure. So I'm thinking I like to space them out, so probably 420 or something in between, man. You never know.
And then what goes into how much room? Like when you do one of these events, you're like, I'm gonna need this much room. I'm trying to pay this much. Like, take us behind the scenes. So like what you're actually doing as a marketer slash promoter slash dude behind the scenes principal?
Depends on the event. Depends on the client. Some clients don't want a big extravagant event. They may not have the budget for that or want it, you know. So it depends on the client and depending on the budget. Like to look for accessibility. You want a spot that fits the crowd that niche has. So you don't want to put something like, you know, today's time it probably work. You wouldn't shoot Christian Dior in the subway. Back in the day, you know, you would go to the plaza, you know. So now you can get away with it because everybody's doing the grunge thing. It's like finding the things that you want to sit down with your client or, you know, what you're looking for as an event coordinator. You want the space that's going to fit and accommodate the people that you want. And then add everything to it. It's like a salad. You got to add the vendors. The vendors. That's also going to go with the, you know, if you're doing a kids thing, I don't know, even though I love Dolls Kill, I don't think Dolls Kill and kindergartners go well together.
Yeah.
So you want to find things that actually go well, not just money grab vendors, because like vendor. You know,
because they're cheaper and immediate.
Yeah, so it's being genuine. And
how does the vendor contract work?
it depends on the situation. I've seen big vendor contracts with friends that done events with Rolling Loud and South by Southwest. You could line up a vendor's contract, and everyone's different. But you can line up vendor contracts where there's a split, where there's a set cover fee for the table, or where there may be, you know, a homie price where you're like, you know, you do your thing. So there's a super uber professional one where there's paperwork and lawyers involved and, you know, liability and insurance.
Money.
If some dude comes through and burn down my vendor's insurance, burn down my vendor's group, who's liable for that? Then there's the middle one where it's like, I got you, let's do a 50-50 split, get you in the door, and some just be like, you're my friend. So you see there's even levels to the contractual relationships with the vendors.
Okay. So you'll do the vendors, you'll get the venue, and then promotes.
It's a little bit more left, but the promotion part is already, that's
what else?
That's what it is. We get the artists. Are we doing art? What are we doing? Are we doing music? Are we doing poetry? Are we doing, you know, live readings? Are we doing body painting? You know, what type of art?
And where do you find the artists?
I like to go to other people's events, show love to other people. If it's a lane that I could feel like it would be cool to talk to other people and maybe bring somebody to one of my worlds or cross market, I think that's always good. Go show love to somebody else. You know, it doesn't always have to be, you know, a business meeting. It could be, yo, I stopped by an art gallery. I liked your art, man. You want to hang someone at one of my events? It's something like that, you know. Sometimes.
Okay, yeah. I remember last year we just stumbled upon that event. Remember? It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I still like that. I like the spontaneity of it.
So you're doing events this year. You're doing a 420.
Yep.
And then where do you see this going to? Where do you see it going? Because you were doing events in New York too.
Yes. Yeah.
So you and Alex, right?
Yes. We did some events together for sure. Like we did a ton of events in Queens, Woodside, Lower East Side, Soho. We had a lot of things going at the same time. It was cool. I just, like I said, with Linkable, I feel like it can be not only just here, but it can be now globally. You know, it could be something that isn't just pigeonholed to just LA or New York or Miami or Chicago. It could be, I want that small town that you never know where it could happen.
So you want that live feeling international.
Yeah, live, if you can, right? Wouldn't that be cool to see how they throw events in New Zealand? You know what I mean? Like, I would like to check out have a category of what's going on in New Zealand, click and see, check out some of their events, you know, or learn from their qualified mentors. You know, it's so cool where things is headed.
No, it is. So for you, you're seeing the big future, the multi-platform, everything going down. All right, I'm seeing the vision. And then what strides are you taking to put yourself in the best position for that on a day-to-day basis?
Forever learning. I just told my friend something, and age is something that we need to just cancel out, because you can learn something from anyone, any age, unless you have those mental blocks where it's like, oh, this person is this age or this person is that age. I try to learn and constantly just continue reading and listen, actively listen. Actively listening, I feel, is something that has helped me improve, because somebody might be like, you know what, Mitch, I came to one of your events. I think if you'd have corrected this little thing, this would have happened. I could be like, you know what, let's take a look. Tighten that little screw, now the machine run a lot easier. So, little things like that, as far as actively listening, educating myself, staying, going to other people's events, trying new things. There's going to be, there's a whole virtual world and meta universe thing that's coming out, learning on that. Just adding new skills to, redefining an old Corvette in a sense.
And are you big on Bitcoin, NFTs, anything?
I have some friends that's into it. That's a world that I know some about, but it's
potential in it.
If you get some stability with the Bitcoin, yes, but it's not there yet where it's stable, I feel.
Would you market there?
Yes. I'm not gonna shout out to some of the homies at Coinbase, my boy Mike and some of the homies. But I'm not gonna ever say no to an opportunity to learn and help others learn about a topic that I don't know. That's the programming and mentorship.
So it's like in New York, you're just too stuck on the stocks, huh? You've been hearing that bell at Wall Street every day. You're like, damn.
I don't
can't work.
I mean, if I had money back then to put in Bitcoin, would I not do it? Yes, I would. Of course. You know what I mean?
Looking back at it, who is?
Exactly. So, it's nothing. What's going to be the next thing? What's going to be the next thing?
That's my question.
Yeah, what's going to be the Blu-ray of our generation that's going to make people just like, we need to buy this now, invest in this. So.
And as a marketer, are you always looking at that?
Yeah, what's going to be the next thing? Like, I
getting on the ground floor.
Thank you. Like, I love grassroots. That's why I love, being a teacher assistant at Orange County School of the Arts. Shout out to Miss Kim Jones in the fashion department, because you meet kids that's so talented and ready to, take that next step. All they need is just that little nudge, or sometimes that you get next time,
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing, that there's always going to be a fresh crop. Yeah, it might be those trees that gave you, plenty of fruit, but it's always going to be those seeds that's one day could be that tree, and I'm always looking to help them, be, a better version of me or you, or, anybody.
And what about companies right now? What companies are you looking at that you see growing in the future?
Right now, what's a good company? That's a good question. A company I see growing in the future. There's so many out there. I feel like Tesla is going to make a big jump in this next 10 years. Twitter is going to make a huge leap as far as being more political, business-based, not just jokes.
Now that Elon Musk is still buying it.
Yeah.
The X platform.
I feel like whoever taps into this hybrid thing is going to be the next big company. This hybrid, gas prices is on the lake right now. Whatever car company can make an affordable hybrid is going to be the next big thing.
So they're trying to destroy the gas guzzlers.
Yeah, those old Cadillacs, man. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to ruin it.
No, I'm just age for you.
Yeah, so I just, I miss them, but, we got to do what's best for the entire planet, not just ourselves.
TrillOG is just driving with moderation.
I take that shit out for the show. Nah, that's cool, man. I'm excited for the future.
So if you had $1 million right now, what would you spend it on?
$1 million right now, I would find 3 of my friends with businesses and invest money into. Not all of it, but I would invest enough into. the ones that I know is really serious about that, then I will use a portion of the money to create scholarships for people like me, because marketing isn't a cheeky degree. It takes some time. You have to build your own client, rebuild and add marketing and business and financial literacy programs to schools in the inner cities that we know how to make money. I've seen 13-year-olds sell waters in certain neighborhoods and make money, but you already spent 75%. You already spent 75 cents of your dollar. So how are you going to save to see that Lambo you're scrolling by if you can't even save to $1,000? You feel me? So I feel like that's something that's going to be cool. I would love to put cannabis shops and cannabis trucks in certain neighborhoods where it's legal, but also teach the benefits of cannabis and different other things that can help you on that form. So many things. I would take $1 million and turn it into $1 billion with the community of friends that I would already have and the people that I'll meet along the way. So I would say invest in my friends and invest in some strategic business moves for long-term gains.
I respect that. But that's what a lot of people will try to do right now. Getting engaged. Getting there. We'll get there. Mm-hmm. All right. We're about to wrap this one up. Is there anything you want to add?
I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. I already know Overnight Celebrity is going to be the next big thing. It already is. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time out, having me on the show. And, let's do it again. Let's come back. And
we are doing it again with Alex, right now after this break.
Nice.
All right. And as far as marketing, yeah, man, I can see it taking off. All the links will be at the bottom.